should have done that before I started recording. You want to hear something wonderful? Just wonderful. I went back and I watched the last recording, which I tend to do. Because no matter how used to this recording system I get, I still get paranoid. I think part of it is just the frustration of, hands down, the best part of Resident Evil Village, and I will fight anyone on that. If you think anything other than the dollhouse is the best part, you're a fucking moron. What's the best part? Generic castle, fucking generic industrial area, generic village. Name of the game generic. No, the fucking dollhouse. And like the initial part of it that was like so, like, I get that. I feel sad that when David was playing it, he found that part frustrating, which I think I think that's a good example of what I meant when I said that I think he is a little influenced by his viewers, where like what they're saying kind of influences his opinion. Because here's the thing that confuses me is that part was very similar to the part in Resident Evil 7 that had the that was all about the where you had to like give up your weapons, and it was all about like those little puzzles, like that, like basically like a jigsaw fucking trap. And me and him both agreed that part was one of the best parts of the game. And then in 8, there's something similar, and he sits and shit talks it the whole time, coincidentally, after seeing that his chat is shit talking the game. And I wonder if maybe, because I do agree that like some of the stuff that led up to that, like some of the stuff that happened kind of before the dollhouse, was a little like not really good. So maybe just like the general frustration of kind of being disappointed in the game in general. Because like I remember his first stream, he was not feeling it, and then his second stream, he kind of got more into the game. But his first stream was when he did the dollhouse, and it did sadden me, because I was so looking, like I was heartbroken when my recording of that section got fucked. Like I was, like, you can even see, and I should probably take that down, because I should probably take that video down. But I spent the first like 10 minutes of my next recording really kind of on an emotional breakdown, revealing maybe some stuff about myself that I probably shouldn't have revealed. Just about my emotional state. And the frustration of that, then combined with wanting to go and watch David play that part that I was so certain that he was going to find as awesome and creepy as I found it, and then just seeing him shit talk it the whole time. That was sad. Although, to make it clear, I'm not mad that he didn't like it. Like we're allowed to not like the same things. I'm not a weirdo. But anyway, any fucking way, I tend to, since that happened, and then also, unlike when you're, God damn it, fucking play. God, I need to find a new app for doing stopwatches, because the one that's built into Windows just is a piece of shit. That, combined with the fact that unlike a lot of methods for recording gameplay on PC, there's no feedback on whether or not it's recording. There's nothing on the screen. There's nothing, like, there's no icon. There's nothing to tell me whether or not it's recording. And the only things I can do is either stop the recording or bring up the menu, which also stops the recording. That's how I found out. That's how I lost my footage in RE Village for that episode, is because you have to double tap to start recording, then double tap again to stop the recording. And anyone who's held a PlayStation controller knows how awkward it is to press that fucking share button. I don't know why they fucking built it that way. Like who builds a button that like half the button is curved? Like how stupid? What the fuck? Anyway, but if you bring up the menu and then exit the menu, it just deletes the recording. If you bring up the menu while you're recording, you have to then go down and click save recording. Nothing told me that. There was no tutorial. So I just backed out of the menu, and then I double tapped again to properly stop the recording, and it started a new one. I'm like, oh, did it end the... Oh, so it ended the recording when I brought up the menu. No, it doesn't end the recording when you bring up the menu. It puts the recording in a fucking disgusting, poorly designed, poorly thought out limbo where one wrong move sends it to oblivion. So... And so, like, sometimes, like, I'll double tap it to, like, record, and then, like, a minute in, I'll be like, wait, did I start the recording? And in most ways of recording, you can just look over at, like OBS or whatever, and be like, yeah, I'm recording. But in this, no. And it wouldn't be as bad if I had a computer that could actually edit, like, that wasn't a shitty laptop, because if I was unsure, I could just stop the recording, and I could press the thing, and one of two things would happen. It would start, confirming that, oh no, I didn't start the recording, or it would stop it, and then I would have like a 3-minute video that I could just tack on to the actual recording. But I don't have a way to edit because my laptop shit. But anyway, I say all that to say that when I went to check the video, also, another issue I have is that the plug on my Yeti has worn down over the years, so it gets loose, and there must be a technical reason for this, because the same thing has happened in, like, recordings. That's why I never, ever uploaded the second half of me playing Until Dawn. David, I don't know if you remember, but, like, you only ever saw me play the first half of that game, because literally the last 5 hours of that game was just static, because I had bumped my Yeti, and I did not know that when you're recording, if you bump your microphone and the cord loses connection for even a nanosecond, maybe it's something specific to the Yeti, but it just puts it into pure static, like loud, angry static. And that just, like, maybe that's a technical thing that just because of how microphones work, and it's just not something they can do about. But you'd think it would, like, have a way of detecting that that's happening and just reconnect the mic and, continue recording. But whatever. So I also check my recordings a lot, just out of paranoia with that. That happened. And here's the coup de grace, the creme de la creme, the piece de resistance of this whole thing, is that I'm trying to tell you that within the beginning of the video, I started to say something, then got distracted by something else, and then started to say something and got distracted by something else. So there was two thoughts that I did not finish at the beginning of that recording. And the fucked up thing is that now that I've sat here running around this table, I can't remember what they were. My life is a fucking joke. Oh my god. Okay, so I know that I started... Okay, I think I remember. The very first thing I said at the beginning of the recording was, fuck it. Yeah, okay, now I remember. I said, fuck it, and then I started to explain what I meant by fuck it, and then I got distracted by my NGU idle game. And then I went on a rambling about idle games, and about why I like them, but what I also find frustrating in them. No, that's not what I want to do. No, that's not. That's also not what I want to do. Why are you? Yeah, combine the items. I never explained what I meant by I meant to be watching that, and then I didn't. Out of all the various things you can unlock and the various little things you can, that all kind of like come together to like kind of play into each other for raising your numbers and stuff, is these things called quests. And like early in the game, you unlock these adventure zones that you can make your way through. And then pretty late in the game, which this game was an early access game until recently. It was like always being updated, and then like it was only like I think about 7 months ago that the final ending got patched in. But one of the later things that was added was quests. And quests, you click to start a quest, and then there will be an item you have to get. It's kind of like a joke about like MMOs. There will be an item you have to get a certain amount of, and it'll tell you which adventure zone to go to, and then once you're in that adventure zone, you just have a random chance of mobs dropping that item. And you don't do anything in it. It's an idle game, so you're not actually doing anything. It fights on its own. But I was idling in an adventure zone, and my inventory completely filled up. Like all 6 pages of my inventory was filled completely up by that item, because I wasn't watching to keep an eye on when I got enough to turn in the quest and move on to the next one. And then the reason you saw me, the reason you heard me counting to 6, I think it was, is that there's an exploit that people found that the developer just ended up not fixing, because he realized that people liked being able to use it, and that it would be frustrating to not be able to use it. Where when you start a new quest, which adventure zone it wants you to go to is random. And each adventure zone has its own item that it drops that it needs you to collect. And it's usually like 50 of that item. So, and you have things you can equip that increase your chance of that item dropping. But even with like a bunch of stuff equipped, it could still take like 10-20 minutes of idling in an adventure zone to get enough. But what's neat is that even though it's random, that randomness has already been decided upon. Like it's already like the game internally has a randomized list that it'll work through of which adventure zones it takes you to. So what you can actually do is, say you sat in an adventure zone for way too long while rambling about inconsequential things in a video game called Elden Ring, and you ended up with an inventory full of over 200 of an item that you only needed 50 of. What you can actually do is you can save your game, and you can click New Quest, then click Skip Quest, then click New Quest, and do that over and over again until it gets you to the quest, to the zone that has the item, like the zone you were in just then that had the item that. And the reason you want to save your game is because you have major quests and minor quests, and literally the only difference between major quests and minor quests is that major quests gives you a lot more points for their QP quest points, and you use them to unlock things. And you only get a certain amount of major quests, and they replenish over time. And then outside of that, you have just minor quests. And there's a thing you can click that says "screw the." I love it. It's you can either go to the item zone yourself and idle to get the drops, but if you don't feel like doing that, you can click this button that says "screw the grind, I'll subcontract it." And I love that. I love the humor of this game is one of my favorite things. And when you click that, it'll slowly fill up a bar, and each time the bar fills up, it'll automatically grant one of that item. Not into your inventory, just into like the completion of the quest. And you really don't want to waste that on major quests, because using that automatic version grants like half of the like a lower percentage of the points, so you're getting less by doing it that way. So when you do your major quest, you want to actually grind it, like, or actually do it yourself. And then when you go into minor quests, you can click that button and let it plow through a bunch on its own. So that's what I was rambling about. So what you can do is you can do that trick I told you of starting and stopping quests until it gets you to the one that you wanted. And then you load your game, remember the number that you went through, uncheck the box that says major quest so that you're only doing minor ones. Then you start and stop until you get to the number before the one that will take you to the one that you wanted, that you have the items for. Then re-click the checkbox that says make it a major quest, go into that zone, and then turn in your items. Now, the reason I started the episode by saying fuck it is that I don't have my phone hooked up right now to the internet, or to the computer, so that I can use the phone's internet to hotspot it. I was going to, like, when I stopped that first video, I was going to quickly go to David's stream and just skim through his VOD to see what the next place he explored was, and just keep clicking until it was something that I didn't recognize, so that I could then make sure that whatever it was that he explored next that I haven't explored, I explore. So that I don't have the same exact problem where, like, I start his, I watch the cave that I had not explored, and then I like 2 minutes later he explores something else that I haven't explored, and I have to say, because, like, yeah, you could, like, one could probably say that I could, like, just, like, skim through it until it gets back to stuff that I have explored, but then you run the risk of, like, clicking at a part that has, like, a boss or something, and then you have that boss spoil for you, and I don't want to do that. And let me look at my alarm. 45 minutes, so I've been rambling for 15 minutes. I'm a YouTuber, by the way. Did you know that? Okay, so all this does is just the exact same things as the other things. So I can... The Table of Lost Grace. Yeah, that's fine. But I need to go to the lake face. What's that? I don't know. Let's go find out. I need to go to the lake facing cliffs. And, yeah. Hold on just a second. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems and shouldn't cause any problems. I was getting up and getting my drink out of the window. One of my favorite things about the winter, which is pretty much over, but we're in spring now or whatever. One of my favorite things about when it's cold is I can put me a drink up in the window. Be it a water or a pop. Which I drink a lot less pop than I used to. I mostly drink water. But I do have me a nice cold Mountain Dew right now. I can just stick it up in the window and leave it there for a bit and it'll get cold. Because, like, one of the things I find so frustrating about soda is how gross it tastes when it's warm. And so, like, I could have, like, a soda and this would be much healthier. Just, like, sip on it throughout the day. Like, I can go, you know, I'm not addicted to pop or anything, so I could go a while and just have a sip every now and then. But it gets warm and then it's gross. So I end up just kind of sucking it down while it's cold. Then after a while I get thirsty again. And so I go through more. But outside of maybe purchasing a mini fridge, one way around that is I don't like the look of this graveyard. I don't like the look of any of this. One way around that is, at least when it's cold out, is just sticking it up in the window. Which is what I've been sipping on since this started, since even back, like, the last 2 recordings and when I was doing Spiritfarer. Church of Irith. Sacred Tear. That sounds like someone with a lisp trying to talk about the part of your eyeball around your pupil. Can you look at the iris of my pupil? I think my iris is messed up. Oops. I'm an asshole. Anyway. You know that some people with lisps like to act offended at people making jokes about lisps? And look. I'm not saying that it's okay to, like, make fun of a person with a lisp. There's a difference, and sadly people don't seem to get this. This kind of goes back into, like, the joke conversation I had before. There's a difference between making a joke about, like, a subject and making fun of someone who is affected by that subject, or even, like, making a joke about it to their face, like, specifically to get a rise out of them knowing that they're affected by it. Those are 2 different things. But anyway, like they get, like, I'm sorry, but like I've seen them, like, literally say, it's the same thing with gingers. I've seen, and furries. Yeah. People with lisps, gingers, and furries are 3 groups that I have legitimately seen claim that making fun of them is the same thing as using the N-word. I've seen that at least once from each group. I've seen gingers saying that making fun of them is the same as racism. I've seen people with lisps saying that it's, like, racism, and I've seen furries claim that it's that. And the worst, I say the worst is furries, because they're the ones that I've seen claim that it is racism. Not like racism, not similar racism, it is racism. So it's like... And I remember when I was playing Spiritfarer, I was saying that I don't really have a problem with furries, but, like, I'm not talking about them in general, I'm just talking about, like, the specific ones that act like fucking assholes about it.
You're tarnished, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Perhaps you could spare some runes. Believe it or not, I studied Glenstone sorceries at the Academy of Rea Lucaria. For a small donation,
I don't. Here we go.
I'd be happy.
Here,
Well,
yeah.
bless you.
Donate.
You're a true saint. My name is Topes.
Topes.
Only none of them are particularly great.
That you just experienced what I find so frustrating about the voice acting in Souls games is that every single character in every single Souls game ever is directed in a way where they just talk so slow. And I'm not saying that the voice acting is bad. I think it's actually pretty good. But they all have something about their delivery where they just talk so slow. And then you combine that with the fact that the audio mixing usually, how do I put this? It usually leaves gaps in between lines. And so what happens is you get to the end of a line and you want to hear the voice acting because you want to hear the inflections in their voice because that's important. That's like a factor. Like the inflections in someone's voice can change, you know, how you perceive a line. But then you get to the end of the line and you know that you're going to be sitting there for 40 minutes and waiting for the next line to play. And then you press the button, and just as you press the button to go to the next line, it automatically goes to the next line, so you end up skipping a line. So I wish that it would just do what a lot of games do that have voice acting, where you can just the fuck? Where like there's like a dot at the bottom of the screen, a little arrow pointing down or whatever, just a little symbol. And you just press the button, and then you could have like a lot of visual novels do this. You can have a button to press to like make it automatically, like most visual novels do have an auto button, and so by pressing that, it would be no different than the way it is in the game already.
Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my meager sorceries are no match. Oh, right. I can tell you what I know about this place. You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water.
Sure.
That's the Academy of Rea
we'll say I have.
Where we study Glenstone sorceries. Only its doors have been closed for quite some time. After they declared they wouldn't interfere with the shattering, the Academy cast repelling seals on the east gate leading to the capital, and the south gate leading here, as you might have guessed. The seals are still active, making entry to the Academy impossible without a Glenstone key, and so I'm stuck here. A fledgling sorcerer with little chance of acquiring a key. When they cast the seals, I'd just popped out. And now I'm uprooted from my place.
That is depressing.
Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, you can't pass through the Academy, and you'll never reach the Erdtree capital. And if you find an extra glintstone key, once you've tied up all your loose ends, and I can be very patient, would you consider... Do I know it?
Yeah.
I'm a bluntstone.
No.
Nary a hint of but still, my
look,
place is at the
nary a hint. Do you see these swords in my hand? Dude, do you see the swords in my hands? I'm not... Look, I don't mean to harp on this, but I just think it's frustrating that every NPC in Souls games just assumes that you're of their class. And the few times that they don't, like times where like sometimes whether or not a character will teach you something is locked off by whether or not you have the required... I can get on top of this. I can do this. I need my horse. I can do this. No, I can do this. I'm getting up there. That fuck. Alright. There's nothing up here. Alright, we're going over here. Alright. Ow. No. Alright. No, ow. God damn it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. No. There we go. But the few times that, like, it is locked off where like you literally it won't let you learn something until you've like gotten like sometimes I can't remember any examples, but I do know there have been times where whether or not you can learn. Oh, I've complained about this before. You guys have seen me complain about this before. Where like, and Souls games are usually good about not doing this shit. But the horse, unfortunately, is doing it. Where instead of just letting you, like, let me get off my horse. Watch this. Look at that. 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 I can turn in place. See? Look at that. Look at that. If I'm facing this way, and I want to go this way, I don't have to go like that. But the horse does. And I guess I should be thankful that it's only the horse that's doing it. Alright, I don't think there's anything up there. I thought maybe if I could get into that room there. But I don't think they would. No, actually Souls games, if anyone, they would do that shit. They would pull something like that, wouldn't they? Cuz they're the ones that have like some things that you can only find by like making weird jumps from one thing to another. Will you look, I'm sorry, but you're why do you need look, horse? Horse. Horse? 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 Why do you need a wind down? See, it looks like the side is broken. The corner is broken. So it makes me think that I could get up there. It makes me want to think. Nah, there's nowhere. Looking at it from this angle, there's nowhere I could even double jump up there. Alright. Whatever. Whatever. Waste my goddamn time. Alright, is that the... You said to the north. That's not to the north. So... That is the... No, oh, that's the academy over there. That's the academy that you were talking about. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. What's down there? Oh. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm lost. Which is fine. It's actually a good thing that you can get lost in these games. Oh, I can lock on. Alright. Oh my lordy bee. Oh my lordy jordy. Oh my lordy, all the lordies. You are chonky. You got a chonky bar. I just want you to know that you got a... I saw something explode over there. I just want to compliment you on your chonky bar. You know, that could actually... I should start a chocolate company. And we'll name our candy bars chonky bars. They got chunks in them. Chunks of what? It's like a candy bar version of a Kinder Surprise. You don't know. It could be chunks of peanuts. It could be chunks of M&Ms. It could be chunks of the chunks I blew this morning when I wasn't feeling good. Who knows? You're gonna find out when you bite into a chunky bar. I like when I make myself laugh. Even if I don't make anyone else laugh, I can make myself laugh. And that's good. That's satisfying. Are you chonky too? No, you aren't. You ain't chonky. Fuck off. You ain't chonky. Yeah, get back up. Come on. You ain't chonky. Alright. Come on, I need someone who's chonky. I'm craving the chonk. You, come here. I'm craving the chonk. You ain't chonky. You ain't chonky. Don't pretend you chonky. Alright, you know what? You know what? You know what? Not quite the same thing as being chonky, but you can send chonks. And that's like second best. Yoop-a-doo. Yeah, come on, get up. I said get up. I heard feet steps. Those my feet steps? I think those are my feet steps. What do we got here? Academy Scroll. I like how well, I'm not sure how I feel about it. The way that important items are color coded in the environment. On one hand, I like it because playing Souls, I know the frustration. I don't know why I'm trying to jump up that because I can just go around. Playing Souls, I know the frustration of like trying 40 times to make a jump only for it to be like a random shit item that I don't need. But at the same time, it does kind of ruin the surprise of finding an item that's important. So, I don't know. I guess, like, as a concession for it being open world, it may be a little annoying to, like, trek through, like, a huge area. Like look down, like, a ravine or something and see, like, in the distance, see an item. And, like, compounded by the fact that it's open world, go through a lot to get to that item, only for it to be something you don't need. So from that angle, I can kind of agree with the idea of making it like. Oh, I should grab my. I did not realize I was running past my dudes. All right. All right. Acquire materials. Doink. I said doink. Now you're the chonky man. You're the chonky man. Now, look, I got a business proposition. I got a business proposition that I'd like to talk to you about. I'd like you to be the spokesperson for chonky bars. Look, it's a big opportunity. I don't think you realize. I mean, you're basically throwing away money here. I want you to know that. I want you to know that you're throwing away money. You know, I tried. chunky bars. I tried to be nice about this. It's your last chance. You know, I can give you shares. I can give you shares in the company. Is that what you want? You don't want shares. See, his head just popped at the idea of them shares. Like, he didn't realize that, like, part of this was going to be, like, actually getting to be a stakeholder in the company. That's what did it for him. He thought he was just going to be a talking head that didn't really, you know, but then he finds out that his hard work is going to pay off. You know, it's going to pay dividends. And, you know, just the realization that, like, the kind of money he's going to make off these chunky bars, it just caused his head to just pop off. And, I mean, yeah, that's what chunky bars do to you. You know, that's actually that's the effect that they have on people. They make them pop. In fact, that's actually that kind of plays into the slogan of chunky bars. Chunk till you pop. You know. Now, usually people who chunk till they pop, they kind of pop in a more horizontal direction, like they widen out. Because I will acknowledge that chunky bars are at least like 90% whale fat. Like that is true. But someone explain to me what the fuck I'm talking about. David, what was it when I was playing Outlast 2? I'd have to go back and find that video. But I started, like, I came up with, like, some kind of Jesus-themed snack. And I started, like, pitching the commercial for it. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Oh, God. Oh, I miss this part of myself. I'm usually I don't want to be a downer, but the depression just gets worse every day, and sometimes this part of me that is basically at one point who I was most of the time, just making people laugh and just being goofy, just being weird. Sometimes this part of me pops out, and I miss him. I miss that guy. Ah, that was nice. All right, what's down here? What do we got a village. We got a village. All right. Kind of reminds me of the village from, or not village, but like the little town, well, actually it is more like a village, from The Witcher 3, the one where you meet the Baron. Mostly just because of all the pikes up at the side. Oh, I recognize your clothing, sir. And so I sense that this will not be a friendly visit. So What the fuck was that? What the fuck are you wearing on your head, dude? Seriously. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Being able, like, being able to summon little helpers like this is like one of the coolest things I've ever experienced in a Souls game. And it's making me... Glenstone Craftsman's Cookbook. Okay. It's making me actually wonder if, like, there's any crossover. I saw an item. Like that. Oh, you want some too? Oh no, I saw what that did last time. I ain't falling for that twice. Come on, let's fucking take him down. Let's gank this motherfucker. Gank squad, move out. Oh, where'd they go? Did I move outside of the, I don't see the symbol anymore. Wait a minute. So I don't see the symbol anymore. Smoldering, which means that, like, once you use one of those to summon something, it's like a one-time thing for that location. I mean, it could be that it could be. I just realized that things get a lot louder when I turn towards my microphone. It could be. I'm talking at the same volume. That's pretty sensitive microphone. But what I was going to say is it could be that, like, oh, I don't know if I want to, like, I wanted to check out the village and then continue exploring up near towards the castle. Like, I thought this was just going to lead down to a quick village of sorts, and then I could go explore Senor Castle. Senor Castlehofer. I didn't know we were going on a whole new journey. But I guess we'll go on a whole new journey. Okay, first things first is finding out if this swamp is poisonous. That's like mission number 1. It is not. Okay, we're good. We're good. We are good. I hope there's not a poison swamp. Like, I feel like poison swamps, I would not be surprised at all if poison swamps were something. Oh, we got a rest point. I don't know what the fuck that is over there, but we'll figure it out in a minute. Oh, we're on the right track. The Grace wants me to go that way. So the castle is a side activity. Well, that's fine then. But actually, I want to go back up here and see if that symbol appears, so I can find out if, like, the summony doos is, like, literally a one-time thing, or if it's like all the guys are gone, so that's weird. Oh, I didn't rest. Oh god, I'm so bad for that. I'm so bad for doing that. Lighting a bonfire and then not resting. Oh, and one thing I was gonna ask, not really ask because obviously no one's answering, but just express curiosity about, is it seems that the summoning obviously uses your FP, which is the same thing that will be used by... Oh, you guys are color-coded.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as
I've seen some of your
everyone else's.
friends. One of them's really nice, the other one's a douchebag.
Take a look at my wares. Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on them, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest about something. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Attached to ways to illuminate. I want one. Those are necessary. Like, those are, like, in some areas of these games, those are necessary to fucking have. Ah, fuck.
No.
S-Stock, Astrologer's Staff, Arrows, Robes. I want to be fur. I want to be furry. Like, obviously, there's always a chance that someone may stumble across this video who isn't familiar with me and hasn't watched my shit before. But, I have kind of a fetish for, not fetish. Like, fetish isn't the right word because it's not sexual in any way. Just kind of an obsession with, any armor that's got fur on it, like, especially like on the shoulders, like the armor in Dark Souls 2 that was like the main, like in the PR and like the main trailer armor. Once I found that armor in the game, I never fucking unequipped it ever again, because armor that's got like fur on it just like looks so fucking cool to me, and I don't know why. And I get that this has a little bit under the hood, but that's not enough. It looks like maybe if I took off those gaudy ass fucking shoulder pads, maybe there'd be more, but that's not enough. It's not enough. No, it's not enough. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, even their donkeys are color coded. I think that's cool. But what I was going to say is, I would not be surprised in the least if within From Software, poison swamps are like they consider it like a tradition, like the fucking Wilhelm scream, and they think like, well, we got to do the poison, and instead of like in a game asking if they want to do a poison, like thinking, okay, do we want to do like a poison swamp in this? It's just like a given from the outset that they're gonna do it. And instead the question is, okay, so what twist do we want to do on it this time? Like, what is it? And because like for every single one of the fucking games to have it just seems odd to me. What is this? Glenstone Firefly. Okay. And I've fought you guys before. You guys are easy. No, you did not do that last time. Alright, can I just say that last time I stomped some of you guys into a mud hole. I think I didn't do it from the front. So as long as you don't attack these... I'm not sure what just happened, but I think maybe he was gonna... I think maybe if I had went to the front where his legs are, at that point, I would have been able to do a like visceral attack or whatever. I don't know what it would be called in this game. Okay, let me run over here and rest, because I still haven't done it. There's an item up there. There we go. And I can't talk to lady friend, which is fine. Oh yeah, back to what I was talking about that one time. When I like joke sometimes about like Dark Souls games having like romance in them, I am joking, obviously. But then like on a different level, I do kind of find myself thinking it'd be kind of interesting if they did. Solely because of how bleak these games are. And like you could have okay, that's gonna be awkward. You could have like a romance that like maybe does not end well for the player or for the people involved. Or have like romanceable NPCs that, because like let me just get this out of the way. I mentioned before that like I tend to seek out games that have dating elements just because I'm at a stage in my life where it's enjoyable for reasons. But I do not like the way romance works in most games. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that I despise the way romance works in most games. The way romance works in most games is it's like a vending machine. Insert gift, receive sex. And like, and I don't even mean that from like a complaining about like sexism point of view, because it's the exact same for male romanceable NPCs in video games. Like in Stardew Valley, you can play as a man or woman, you can romance men and women, but either way, it's gonna be the same thing, and there's no, like, I remember Persona 3 did this thing, this really cool thing where, depending on what actions you took, okay, the thing does reappear. So, once you use a summon in an area that allows it, and then that's, like, the time limit or whatever on that summon fades. I want to rest. And the time limit on that summon fades, you can't do it again. Which is a good thing, I consider, because it would make it way too easy to just spam summons to do a lot of your work for you. But I am finding myself wondering, I want to check something. Where's my summons? Where's my summons? There they are. Switch display. No? Oh, okay. I was hoping... It seems her name is Aurelia. The jellyfish is your name? The jellyfish is your name. If I was like still doing Let's Plays in like the old way on PC of like actually being able to edit, I would like I would definitely like edit in that meme of the girl saying that's the cutest thing I've seen in my whole life. And then I would cut to footage of from earlier me killing one of the jellyfish for the part where she gasps. Which, sadly, unfortunately, she decided to be a big crybaby about. In case you don't know, you probably know the meme I'm talking about, but the woman behind the meme, I saw an article where she basically threw a big hissy fit about the existence of the meme. In her defense, most of it it seemed less like she was upset about the meme itself and more about the fact that people were adding things to it that were kind of fucked up, like just like footage of Hitler, and then having her saying that's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. And I can understand that kind of frustration,